So yes, I think everyone is having your notebook and pen with you. So please start doing the question. So today, which chapter are we going to discuss? I think I have selected some questions which are of recent as well as I would say the previous year questions also. And there is a probability that these type of questions might come in EAAA also. So yes, the question number one is if the normal at the end of a lattice rectum of an ellipse passes through the extremity of the minor axis, then the eccentricity E of the ellipse satisfies. If the normal at the end of a lattice rectum of an ellipse passes through an extremity of the minor axis, then the eccentricity E of the ellipse satisfies. So we have the basic details. What we just, you could just look at this diagram also so that you'll get a basic idea. It passes through the extremity of the minor axis. So from here, if this is the point, so if I'm drawing something from here, uh, so this normal at the end of the lattice rectum, it passes through this point and we know it's 0 minus b. I want to find out which among this following equation is satisfied by the particular ellipse. So that's what the question is. And I hope it's a very simple question. And I would say these type of questions always comes in entrance examination. This is a past year question paper. I remember the year is maybe 2020. 2020, I think so. So please start doing this. So think on what all details is given in the question, how you can reframe the details that's given in the question so that you will be able to find out which among this one is satisfied. That's what you have to find out. Which among this equation, it's e raised to 4 plus 2 e square minus 1 equal to 0, e square plus e minus 1 equal to 0, e square plus 2a minus 1 equal to 0, e raised to 4 plus e square minus 1 equal to 0. I hope we can discuss it now. So yes, you are able to understand the diagram, whatever I have just written. Okay. This is the basic idea that's given in the question. You have to reread this multiple times so that you'll get, yeah, what the question is actually, whether the question is clear or what is the actual idea that's given behind the question. So we could just assume this is the basic part, right? You could just do the substitution also. So equation of the normal x1, y1 to the ellipse, which is the general form x square by e square plus y square by b square. You could rewrite this as a square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 is equal to a square minus b square. So you can just go for the substitution. So this is the part a square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 equal to a square minus b square. And here x1 we know it's ae and y1 which is b square by a. So you could substitute for those values and, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you could substitute for these values and you'll get something like in maybe either in terms of x or in terms of y. So here we have a into x by e minus ay equal to a square minus b square. You can write this as a square e square, right? So this is x minus x by e minus y is equal to a square. And we know that normal is just going to pass or just going to go through the minor axis or the point which is 0 minus b. So you could just substitute for that here. So if you are substituting it here, this is 0 minus b because it's minus b equal to a square. So from this you'll be able to find out b is equal to a square. So b square is a square a square. And you can substitute it in the other equation with a square. This is the general formula that we all know. B square equal to a square into 1 minus a square. So a square, b square, instead of that, you can substitute it. So here it will be a square into 1 minus e square equal to a square into e raised to 4. This is a square, whole square is a square e raised to 4. So from this, if you are just removing this a square, e raised to 4 equal to 1 minus e square, that is e raised to 4 plus e square minus 1 equal to 0. When you have to solve such a problem, you just need to know the basic idea that to really, I would say somebody has given me the answer as option D in the chat box. I think it's Samiksha. Okay. So when such a question comes, what you have to do is you have to just interpret what is the basic thing. So if I think someone is raising their hand, please do whatever query you have, please do type it in the chat box. Because I'll not be able to give you all of you speak permission because there are more students. So if there is any query related to this question, you can type that in the chat box or else we'll move to the next one. So we have taken the point as x1, y1 and the ellipse formula that we all know, that's the general equation, x square by a square plus y square by b square. And we know this point, it is a and b square minus a, sorry, b square by a, and which is passing through this point, this will be 0 minus b. And we could just substitute in the general equation. I hope everybody knows this formula, right? When these type of questions comes, we always use this formula. This is the general part, that is a square x by x1 minus b square y by y1 equal to a square minus b square. So once I have this, I'm just going to substitute for the values and I'm just going to simplify it. And I know it passes through these points, so I'm just going to substitute for the y. And if I'm substituting it also, I have b is equal to a square. So in the general equation, if I have something to substitute for b square, which is a square into 1 minus a square equal to a square e raised to 4. So what you need to be careful is which format the option is or whatever is given in the option. You just need to change or switch whatever details you know about the basic formulas and everything in such a way that you will be able to find the answer in the terms of eccentricity. That's the E of the ellipse. So here the question is, E satisfies which equation? Which of the below equation, that's the eccentricity, or the E satisfies? Is this question clear? Can we move forward? I think someone has raised their hand. So I think it was Meghna. So Meghna, if you have any queries, please do type it in the chat box. Dear children, I'll be able to explain it again if you're only saying, yeah, you want the explanation once again. Or else we can move to the next question. Or is it something like you are not familiar with these type of questions? Is there anything like that? Akash, Aishwarya, Kavita, I think Geetika, Lakshmi, Shalini, Ram Kaushik, I think somebody will reply. Okay, it's completely fine. Just try to understand that even these type of questions are there. Because all these are the basic formulas that you have studied, right? So you just need to understand this is a way in which you should answer this question, or this is the way in which you have to approach this question. This is a direct question and I hope everybody will answer it. Let P of HK be a point on the curve y is equal to x square plus 7x plus 2. And they have given a clue which is nearest to the line y is equal to 3x minus 3. And the question is asking us to find equation of the normal to the curve at P. I have a curve y is equal to x square plus 7x plus 2. There is a point P of HK on the curve. Okay. So there is a curve, there is a point here, and it is nearest to the line y equal to 3x minus 3. The point on the curve and the line, that distance is something that's important. The equation of the normal to the curve at P is. So you need to find that distance, or that, I would say the equation, it's the normal. So you need to find the equation of the normal. That is completely fine. Those students who feel like, yeah, this is something different, it is completely fine. I just want to give you an idea on even these type of things are there. Okay. I hope the question is clear to all of you. The equation of the normal, they have given it as x plus 3y minus 62 equal to 0, x minus 3y minus 11 equal to 0, x plus 3y plus 26 equal to 0, x minus 3y plus 22 equal to 0. Think on what is given in the question. That is very, very important. Think on what is given in the question. Okay. Curve is given, a point on the curve is given. Then they have given a very important clue. P of HK be a point on the curve, that is y equal to x square plus 7x plus 2. Nearest to the line, this is the line y equal to 3x minus 3. So equation of the normal to the curve at the point P. So if I'm drawing something like, if I'm drawing something like this, the question is asking you to find out the equation of the normal to the curve at the point P. Maybe something like this you could draw. Is the question clear to all of you? Is the question clear to all of you? Got the idea? What is the question? Okay. Okay, completely fine. So till now what I've done is, I've just written what we want to find out and I have just assumed, yeah, what is there? Curve is y is equal to x square plus 7x plus 2 and the line is y equal to 3x minus 3. We want to find out equation of the normal to the curve at P. And the only clue is P of HK is a point on the curve and the line, the nearest one is, it's the nearest point, I think. Okay, completely fine. I think somebody has given me the answer. Okay, completely fine. Good. So yes, let's start solving this. This is the easy way in which you can solve the question. So whenever I'm drawing a tangent to the parabola, at that point P of HK, it will be parallel to this line also. If I'm drawing tangent to the parabola at the point P of HK, it will be parallel to the line y equal to 3x minus 3. So I'll be able to find out slope of the tangent at P equal to 3. This is y equal to 3x minus 3. So it will be 3, right? So P is equal to, the slope of the tangent is equal to 3, which is of this one. Now what we can do? We can differentiate it and we can have the value as 3. So this will be equal to, this will be 2x plus 7, which is equal to 3. So this will be 2x equal to minus 4 and x equal to minus 2. So once you have that value here, you can substitute it here and you'll be able to find out HK. You got the value of HK as minus 2, minus 8 because x is minus 2 and y is minus 8. But what the question is asking? The question is asking you to find out the equation of the normal. So what it will be? Y minus minus k is equal to, this is the slope which is minus 1 by 3. We know m1 into, or m into m1 is equal to minus 1. So here 1 is 3. So m into 3 is equal to minus 1. So m is equal to minus 1 by 3. That's how here it comes as minus 1 by 3 into x minus minus 2. So if you are solving this part, you'll be able to find out the equation easily. So yes, if you are solving this part, it's easy for you to find out the equation. So it's a very simple question. There are very few steps for you to solve. This is actually y minus minus 8, that is y plus 8 equal to minus 1 by 3. The slope is, I hope you have studied the equation of the slope. M into m1 is equal to minus 1. So here 1 is 3 into m is equal to minus 1. So m is equal to minus 1 by 3. So here it's minus 1 by 3 into x plus 2. So y plus 8 is equal to, oh, you can multiply this. So 3y plus 3 is 24 is equal to minus x minus 2. So if you're solving it, you'll get x plus 3y plus 26 equal to 0. I think someone has, I'm sorry, it's option C. It's not D. Somebody who has given the option, it's correct only. Okay, so this is option C. Is this question clear, children? Okay, thank you. I hope we can move to the next question. Yes. This I won't answer from all of you. Oh, I'm so sorry. Okay. I hope the screen is clear only. A line parallel to the straight line 2x minus y equal to 0. It is tangent to the hyperbola x square by 4 minus y square by 2 equal to 1. And they have given the point at the point x1, y1. They want us to find out x1 square plus 5y1 square. You need to find out x1 and y1 and then you can solve for x1 square plus 5y1 square. A line parallel to the straight line 2x minus y equal to 0 is tangent to the hyperbola x square by 4 minus y square by 2 equal to 1 at the point x1, y1. Then x1 square plus 5y1 square is equal to. That's the question. So try to find out x1 and y1 and then it's done. So start solving it. Once you have the answer, just type that in the chat box. Okay. There is a straight line 2x minus y equal to 0. That is tangent to the hyperbola. There is a line which is parallel to this straight line and it's a tangent to this hyperbola and they have given the points as x1, y1, the point of contact. Okay. Now what is x1 square plus 5y1 square? I think I'll give you just 1 minute to understand it. And if there are any queries, please do type it in the chat box. Maybe even for any previous question, if you're having any queries, please do type it in the chat box. I think I got the answer as 6. Okay. So let's check, Lakshmi. Kindly hold on because the students are just doing it. Those students have given me answers as B, C. It's not for them only. It's to everyone. Please do recheck whatever you have done. There might be a small error or something in what you have done. So whenever you complete a question before clicking the option, just revisit it. That is very, very important. So yes, I think a lot of students have answered. We'll just start discussing this question. The same thing that we have done earlier, right? So here, the point of contact is given as x1, y1, and this was the equation of the hyperbola. So here, we'll be able to rewrite this as x square is x1, xx1, and y square is y1. And we are here, what concept we are using is the concept of tangent is equal to 0. This model is something that you might have done in your classes also. So this is x1 by 4 minus y1 by 2 is equal to 1. Now the straight line equation also, the equation of the straight line is also given by them, which is 2x minus y equal to 0. So y equal to 2x and here m is equal to 2. So if we have the slope, we could just substitute for it, right? Because here in this case, the condition is the straight line and the tangents are both are parallel. So x1 minus 2y1 is equal to 2. So you have two equations. So how you will find out the slope? The first one is minus x1 by minus 2y1. That is 1 by 2 into x1 y1, which is 2. So here you got the value x1 equal to 4y1. Now what you can do? Once you have the value, whatever you want to find, you can substitute for y1. Once you have the value of y1 square, you can just substitute it here. x1 is 4y1. So x1 square is 16 x1 square plus 5 into y1 square, which is 2y7. So you have that values and you can substitute it and the option is option A. I think someone has given me option B, C also. So if there is any mistake in the calculations, please do check it. I'll just show this once again. We have started from here, the point of contact. We have the values x1, y1. We have substituted for it. We have find the slope. We have equated for it. We got the value of x1. You could do it either in terms of y1 or x1. So x1 in terms of y1, we have got the value of y1 square. We have substituted for x1 square plus 5y1 square. And we got the answer. Is this clear? Can we move forward? Dear children, please confirm if this question is clear. Now, yes, another question is a very simple question. Comes under the easy or the moderate category during examination. So the basic part is for some theta, it belongs to 0 pi by 2. Eccentricity of the hyperbola x square minus y square sec square theta equal to 10. That is, the eccentricity of hyperbola is root 15 times the eccentricity of the ellipse. Equation of hyperbola and ellipse is given. You have to find the length of lattice rectum of the ellipse. You have to find the length of lattice rectum of the ellipse. So for some theta belongs to 0 pi by 2, eccentricity of the hyperbola, the equation is x square minus y square sec square theta equal to 10. It is root 5 times the eccentricity of the ellipse. The equation is x square sec square theta minus y square equal to 5. You have to find out the length of lattice rectum of the ellipse. That is the that is what the question is asking. I've just shown the options 4 root 5 by 3, 2 root 6, root 30 and 2 root 5 by 3. I think one student has given me the answer. The rest all, please start doing it. And once you have got the answer, please do type it in the chat box. Then we can start discussing it. I think someone has given me option D, which is 2 root 5 by 3. Someone has given me option A, which is 4 root 5 by 3. I want both of you to just revisit and check the question. Because it's just similar. Is it 4 root 5 or 2 root 5? That is something you need to confirm. I hope you're just solving this. Okay, I think let's discuss this. There is some disturbance, I know, so I'm so sorry. Kindly adjust with it. So yes, this is the equation of hyperbola that's given. This is ellipse that's given. And the condition is eccentricity of hyperbola, that's E of hyperbola, is root 5 times the E of ellipse. So this is what the equation is. And we know the general equation and we know the eccentricity. So here I want it in form of x square by a square minus y square by b square. So how I'll be able to write this equation to this form? So I can just take this 10. So here it's equal to 1. So x square by 10 minus y sec square theta by 10 is equal to 1. This I'll be able to write 1 by cos square theta. So I have the equation in proper format. X square by 10, this is a square and this is b square, minus y square by 10 cos square theta equal to 1. The base part is this. Now, moving on. Oh, I'm sorry. We just want to find the eccentricity here. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'll just remove this. Yes. So this is what the equation is. Eccentricity is 1 by b square by a square. So root of 1 plus b square is 10 cos square theta by 10. The same way we know the equation of the ellipse, which is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Eccentricity is root of 1 minus b square by a square. So here also what you have to do, you have to just simplify it in this form. X square sec square theta minus y square equal to 5. So x square sec square theta by 5 minus y square by 5 equal to 1. What you can do? This is x square by 5 cos square theta minus y square by 5 equal to 1. This is 1 minus one minus a square by b square. So 5 cos square theta by 5. Now you just have to substitute for these eccentricities. What is it? 1 plus 10 cos square theta by 10 equal to root 5 into root of 1 minus 5 cos square theta by 5. This is 1 plus 10 cos square theta by 10 equal to 5 into 1 minus 5 cos square theta by 5. So this will be 5 minus 5 cos square theta and this will be 1 plus cos square theta. So if you're solving this, you'll get cos theta. Now, this is not the question or this is not the end. The question was something like length of lattice rectum of the ellipse, 2a square by b. I have the value of a square and b. A square is 5 cos square theta and I have the value of b, which is root 5. So this is 10 cos square theta by root 5, which is 2 by 3, right? So 10 into 2 by 3 by 5, which is 4 root 5 by 3. That is option A. So everything is direct in this question. Everything, all the details are direct in this question. I'll just show it once again. You just need to know the general equation of both of them, the equation of eccentricity. Rest is just substitution and one more equation, which is of the lattice rectum. So if you have all these equations, it's just the substitution and solving that matters. Is this question clear? I would just give you 1 or 2 minutes to just solve this question. This was the first part where I got everything as this one. And the second part, the sec square theta was with x square. So I've just changed it and I have got the eccentricity, both equations. I've substituted it here. I've removed it. This is 1 plus cos square theta, and this is 5 minus 5 cos square theta. This is 5 into 1 minus 5 cos square theta by 5. I've squared it so that it's removed. Now from this I got cos square theta equal to 2 by 3. Now the lattice rectum, the equation is something like 2a square by b. So this is 5 into cos square theta and this is root 5. Just substitute it and cos square theta is 2 by 3. Substitute for that and you'll get the answer. Can we move forward, children, or do you have any queries? Hello, students. Can anybody respond? Is this question clear? Or do you want me to discuss this further? If it's clear, we can move on. I think, yes, students have started typing. Okay. Okay, okay, completely fine. No, it's like based on your response only, I'll be able to move forward. That's why. Okay, thank you. Thank you all. Now, another one. The area of an equilateral triangle inscribed in the parabola y square equal to 8x. I have an equilateral triangle inside a parabola with one of its vertex on the vertex of this parabola y square equal to 8x is. Read the question carefully. The area of an equilateral triangle inscribed in the parabola y square equal to 8x. The clue is one of its vertex on the vertex of the parabola. The area of an equilateral triangle inscribed in the parabola y square equal to 8x with one of its vertexes on the vertex of this parabola is. That's what the question is. So I think you can just start doing it. I've shown the options also. And please start doing it. And once you got the option, please type it in the chat box. I don't know your name because it's showing Redmi. Almost similar to that of JE only. But the questions will be of a range lesser compared to that of JE. There are two options in the chat box, which is option A and option C. I want all of you to cross check what you have done. Those students have typed both the options. Okay, there is A and C. Okay. No, there is somebody who is asking. No, JE, it's like you'll get a basic idea. Yeah, this chapter is having a higher weightage. This chapter is not having a higher weightage. Completely, it is not like that. You'll get at least one question from each chapter. So we have formulated the question paper in such a way that there will be at least one question from all the chapter. I'm not mentioning about the difficulty level, whether it's easy, medium, or difficult, but most of the questions in the question paper are of easy format only, which is really easy for you. So what you need to take care when you're doing the examination is, you know the formula, you know everything, but when you start doing it, you are stuck at some point. So maybe after spending 2 minutes or something, it's really, I would say, huge time, right? So what you have to take is, you have to take an action of switching to the other question and then start doing it. That is something which is very, very important in the examination. I would say we'll give you the information, Sarvesh, when we'll be publishing the phase 1 result. Most probably, I think next month starting you'll get, because the exam will end by 22nd only. The phase 1 will end by 22nd only. So next month, you can expect. I would say within 7th or within 10th, you can expect it. This is just a guess only. We have not decided the dates. Once it's decided, it will be published on the website. And okay, Jayakrish, don't get panicked that this type of questions only comes in exams. It's not completely like that. Majority of the questions are easy. So you have to have that confidence. Yeah, almost all the questions are of same type that I've done in my school, in my classes. There will be some questions which are of above level. If you're skipping that questions also, you'll be able to get good percentile. No, now actually, Aditya, this is something that you have to formulate. And whenever I'm teaching you, whenever I'm doing sessions, I always used to say, have a habit of having a formula book with you. Whenever you're studying, you just can name different pages as different chapters or something. Maybe 2 pages, one chapter, or 3 pages, one chapter. Always you have to write the new formulas of each chapter that you are encountering. Yes, you can just look into the website. It is amrita.edu/btech. There is something called information handbook. In the last page of the information handbook, we have published the syllabus, and almost all the chapters and the topics are reduced, similar to that of JE only. It's like we have, oh, I'm sorry. We've just reduced the syllabus according to your CBSE syllabus. And I would say some of the basic information that you have to have in order to study some other chapters. So that information we'll be asking, but rest all is deleted. That's it. So yes, I think we'll just discuss this question. Okay. Just hold on. Okay. I've just given a basic idea what's given in the question. Parabola, I know there is an equilateral triangle which is inscribed in the parabola. They have given me the equation y square equal to 8x. So I'll be able to find out a, which is 2. Then they have asked me to find out the area of the equilateral triangle. And in certain cases, they'll ask you to find out the length of one side. Something like that questions also happen. So the next clue that I have, it's an equilateral triangle, so all the angles will be 60 degrees. That I know. Now coming to, if this is the structure of the parabola, this is just an assumption diagram that you have to, it's there for you to understand the concept. That's it. So this is the parabola, this is an equilateral triangle. I hope you remember something like this. The parametric coordinates at any point in the parabola with the standard equation y square equal to 4x is 80 square 280. So this is going to be 280, this is going to be 80 square. So I got x and y. And each angle is 60 degree. So this is something, I would say this is CO. Let's assume it's CO. It acts as a bisector or something. So this and this will be 30 degree. So if I'm just taking a single triangle and I would say ACO, and if I'm just taking this triangle and if I'm applying tan, it will be something like 280 by 80 square. That is 2 by 80. I got the value of, I got the value of tan 30 as 2 by t. Now, what's the other information or what's the other clue that's given in the question? Tan 30, we know the value. I'm able to get 2 root 3. Once I have the value of t, it's really easy for you to find out the angle, right? The area of the equilateral triangle. This I know it's 80 square. This I know it's 280. This is 480. Now, half into 80 square into 2 into, I would say 280. You have A, you have T. Substitute it and solve and you have the answer. Half into 80 square into 2 into 280. Substitute it, solve it, and you have 192 root 3, which is option A. It's just one chapter. I would say Jai Krish. I hope that's okay. And we have just covered everything that comes under, I would say most of something that's important, which comes under conic sections. So every week I used to give those students who are new to these sessions, every week I used to give the topic that we'll be discussing in the next week. And I would request you to just go through the formula so that it's easy for you to revise also. Yes, Naren Kumar, towards the end, I'll surely share that. Is this question clear, children? Is this question clear, children? If you're having any doubts, any queries, please do type in the chat box. We have started from here. You just need to know this one statement only to answer this question. It's 80 square to 80. So it's 480 and 80 square. So half into 2 into 280 into 80 square. You have to find out the value of t. A, it's already there. So just take one angle, something. You have the value. So once it's there, you could just substitute and you have the answer. Each angle is 60 degree. It's something as a, I would say as a bisector which divides it equal. Wait a second. I'll just show the question once again. Equilateral triangle inscribed in the parabola, one of its vertices on the vertex of this parabola. Yes. Okay, I think. Oh, I'm so sorry. I was on mute. I hope I'm audible now. Oh, it's still showing mute. Am I audible? Okay. So a hyperbola having the transverse axis of length 2 sine theta is confocal with the ellipse 3x square plus 4y square equal to 12. Then the equation of the hyperbola. Hyperbola having the transverse axis of length 2 sine theta is confocal with the ellipse 3x square plus 4y square equal to 12. Then its equation is. So yes, I would like to refer to that question of tangents and normals. Very, very basic questions might come, but not to the detailed part of the syllabus. And yes, somebody who's asking about the question paper pattern, it's 100 questions, 2.5 hours, 40 maths, 30 physics, 25 chemistry, 5 English. 40 maths, 30 physics, 25 chemistry, 5 English, plus 3 for every correct answer and minus 1 for every wrong answer. So those who feel like, yeah, this is the answer, then go for it. Otherwise, you can skip the question. Okay, I think someone has given me answer C, which is x square sine square theta minus y square cos square theta equal to 1. Okay, let's check. Okay, there is B also, which is x sec square theta minus y cosec square theta equal to 1. Okay. Okay, I'll just give you some more time. So yes, please start doing it. So yes, I think there is option A also. Okay. Mm. Okay, yes, Naren Kumar. I'll answer all your queries towards the end. Okay. There might be students who are joining new, completely new to the session, completely fine. Just hold on. Yes, I hope I'm audible. So what is given? Length of transverse axis is 2 sine theta. So 2a equal to 2 sine theta, a equal to sine theta. You got 1 point. Now what you need? You need b. For that, what is given in the question is hyperbola is confocal with the ellipse. That is, both of them have same focal length. So if you're taking the general equation, you have the value, right? So the general equation is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. So the equation of the ellipse is 3x square plus 4y square equal to 12. So this is x square by 4 plus y square by 3 equal to 12. So here in this case, a square 4, b square 3. So we know the focus is plus or minus a is 0. And you need to find eccentricity. We have the equation we have just recently used in the previous question, root of 1 minus b square by a square. That is 1 minus 3 by 4, which is 1 by 2. Now you got this as 2 into a is 2, 2 into 1 by 2. So it's plus or minus 1, 0. So the basic part is done. The initial part is done. It's plus or minus 1, 0. That's what the first portion you got. It is same to that of the hyperbola also. So plus or minus 1, 0. Now, What is eccentricity of the ellipse? Here also we know the value of A is 1. It is sine theta into E equal to 1, which is 1 by sine theta. Now coming to E square, it is 1 plus, we are just writing V square by sine square because we want to find this value of B square. So this will be 1 minus sine square theta, which is equal to cos square theta. So I got both of them. So the equation is x square by sine square theta minus y square by cos square theta equal to 1. So it's x square cos x square minus y square sec square, which is equal to 1. So which is actually called, yes, it's option A, x square cosec square theta minus y square sec square theta. Very simple question. Just the basic idea you need. Just go for the substitution. Just get the value. Understanding the logic, that is important. They'll be giving some clue in the question. You need to find out what is that clue and you have to find out the answer. That's the important part. Now this is the next question. The slope of the line, I hope it's here. Yes. The slope of the line touching both the parabolas. First one is y square equal to 4x and second one is x square equal to minus 3xy is. The slope of line touching both of them, y square equal to 4x and x square equal to minus 3y. And those students are completely asking questions about the syllabus. I'll just show you the syllabus today. And those, I would say 8 chapters. I think some basics of the blocks are there. Uh, but most of the chapters in chemistry are reduced. Last year, I think we were having more chapters. We have reduced 5 chapters completely, I think. So I'll just show you where you can get the syllabus today. Okay. So yes, please start doing this question. After this, I'll share it. I think somebody has replied option C. Okay, let's check this. Okay. Okay. So once we have both the equation, it's really easy. Here A is 1, here it is minus 8. So I have both of them. Now I need to find out the slope to the common tangent of both of them. I hope you remember these two equations. First one is in y square and second one is in x square. And you have the equation y is equal to mx plus a by m and y is equal to mx minus am square. So you could substitute it here. Mx plus this is 1 by m and here it is actually 8 by m. I think it's minus 8, so it becomes plus 8. Yes, yes. It's minus 8. So this is second part. So mx plus 1 by m equal to mx plus 8m square. So this is m cube equal to 1 by 8. M cube equal to 1 by 8. You just want to find out m, which is 1 by 2. It's not asking you to find out the value of m cube. It's asking you to find out the value of m. So it is 1 by 2. So yes, I hope it's clear. Up to this part, it's clear. And I think if you have any queries, you can start typing that in the chat box. I'm ready to address this. And I hope this question is clear, or do you want me to discuss this further? Do you want me to discuss this again, or is this clear? Okay, completely fine. So the student who has already, those students who are new to the session, or if this is the second session, okay. There are a lot of queries coming up. Just give me some time. I'll just take one by one and I'll start answering. Kindly hold on for a second. So those students have asked about the syllabus. I'll just show it once again. Okay. I've just started sharing my screen. I hope it's visible. I think I've shared this a lot of times. Yes. There is an information handbook here. Just go to the last page. You have the syllabus. Even we have the syllabus of English. There are only 16 chapters from chemistry. So the hydrocarbons, those organic part is there, but still the range of questions are lesser compared to that of last levels. S block and that is gone. P and D, P, D and F will be there. And some more chapters are removed from the chemistry. And here you can get the detailed syllabus of everything, every chapter. So just go to, sorry, and you can even go through the information handbook because it contains all the information related to examination. So what you have to do is, you have to just go to the BTech page. I'm sorry. Okay. So you have to just go to the BTech page. You have to just lower this, and here you can have the information handbook. You can go to the, it's a 24-page document. You can go to the last portion. Here you could see the um, syllabus here. And yes, it's done. So please download it and check it. Okay. Mm. I would just discuss the questions once again. It's like the pattern is mathematics 40, physics 30, chemistry 25, English 5. Plus 3 for every correct answer and minus 1 for every wrong answer. So if you're not sure of one question, please don't write it. Okay. So there will not be any negative mark or anything for the unanswered questions. That's the pattern we are just planning to follow. That's the pattern that we are following for the last years. You can get these model questions. You can get the EEE practice test, everything in the Amrita cbtpractice.in, which I have typed to everyone in the chat box. I've just pasted the link once again. You can sign in there and you can get the details. This meeting is actually something, I think, Naren. This meeting is actually something that happens on every Friday evening from 6 to 7 p.m. This is like a revision thing. And this timing and everything was selected after discussing with you children only. Because it's just 1 hour on a working day evening, and it's not your Sunday or Saturday where you're having this coaching classes and everything. Mm. And what I would advise is those students who feel like this is completely tough, I would just request you to refer to the NCERT textbook, and most of the things that we are discussing is there in the NCERT books also. Yes, 2 rough sheets will be provided during the examination, and you can just do all the calculations through it. Yes, I think I have answered everything. And this is the 13th session that we're conducting this year. We have started from October 26th. That was the first Thursday from we have started, and this is the 13th session of this year. And um, I would say all the students who have attended this session, or all the students who have registered for this program, by next week, you'll receive the recordings of all those sessions through a mail. So you can just log into the work is still going on. So you can just log in and you can get the previous session videos, the question solving and everything. And one more thing I would do is I'll just type my mail ID. So if there are any queries or any question, you can just forward it to this mail ID. Even if you have not received, it's m_lakshmi1 at cb.amrita.edu. If you have not received answer, just don't worry. I'll just, if you have not received the reply in 2 days, you can just send a reminder mail also. But I'll try to reply within that time limit itself. And yes, those children who are asking about the question, about the pattern and everything, just come here. This is the same page that I've described. Okay. And there is one more thing. If you're planning to write JE, that also we'll consider, because 30% of seats in Amrita is through EEE and the remaining is through JE. And the pattern is out, pattern, everything is there in the page itself. Yes, it's here completely. Maths 40, Physics 30, Chemistry 25, and English 5. It's a 2.5 hour examination with negative marking. Plus 3 for every correct answer and minus 1 for every wrong answer. So just go and visit the website. All details are there in there. Naren, that details will be updated, how much amount and all. So last year it was like you have to pay 600 rupees for it. So yes, Sripati, the phase 1 is happening now. It's from 16th to 22nd of this month. And the phase 2 happens after your board exam, which is most probably May 2nd week. I think dates are tentatively like 10 to 14. So the thing is that now you can't apply for the phase one. The application, everything uh, is actually over. Those students who have applied before the third, they were given a chance to write the phase one. Now you can write the phase two, and you'll have enough time after your board exams also. I think most of the places it ends by April first week. Yes, you can write session two, so that percentile will be considered for ranking. It's like it's more of a trial thing that you can write both the phases. So in phase one, you'll get used to everything. So phase two might be a little bit relaxed for you. That is also completely fine. You can just go to the portal that I have given, and yes. So basically, somebody has asked my background. Okay. The exam is computer based. You have to go to the test centers and you have to write the examination. You can give mock test in the portal that I've mentioned. Just register there. Every Sunday, a test happens from 4 to 5:30. Okay. Gaurav, it will be little surprising. So my background is actually computer science, but I really love maths and physics. So I used to take sessions in both of them. Uh, in different, it's like trainer in different centers. Okay. But now I'm working for Amrita. My previous experience is like that. And a little bit programming also. So yes, it's a computer-based paper. Mm, yes, I think I've covered almost all the queries. Do you have any further queries, children? I think here there are queries in the Q&A. If there is something, okay. Yes, Shripati, we'll get the lecture recordings by next week end. All the 13 sessions, you can have it. Okay. Uh, it's also there in our YouTube channel. Uh, Actually, Soham, I'm not able to understand it. What is and not allowed in exam center? Not able to understand it. Can you please elaborate it, what it is? Okay, it is something like what can you take to the exam center? I hope so. So what you have to take is understood, completely fine. You have to have your admit card, a printout of it. You have to take a printout of your application. That is something that you have applied. All the details will be there in it. So application copy you have to take. You have to take a copy of your this thing, your admit card, and then you can take an ID card. If you're taking the original, no need a photocopy. You can take an ID card. Then you can take a pen. That's all is needed, and there will be verification at the front desk. Yes, I'm thinking no need to quit the class. No need to, I would say, delay these classes even if you're having board exams or I would say this lab exams. We can continue it every Thursday. It will be completely based on what you students are saying. No, no, no. Accessories and all, there is no issue. But I think those smart devices are not allowed. That's it. Mobile phones, everything, the smart watches and all, I think you have to keep it outside. Rest all is okay. Uh, yes. I'm planning to continue this classes on every Thursday till the second phase is over. And I think I have just checked your timetables also. Most of the time, it's not there on Thursday. Even if there are exams on Thursday, it's evening, just 1 hour, right? I have checked with the CBSE timetable only. I think it's not there on Thursday. And even if you're not able to attend one session, there is no need to worry. You have the recordings there. So yes, there is no exam near to any of our sessions. It's like your chemistry, mathematics, or physics, or everything happens at least 1 or 2 days gap is there. Okay. Yeah. So completely fine. I hope the session was useful. And regarding the recordings, please wait for a mail from us. Okay. Yeah, completely fine. Hope this was useful. So thank you so much. And one more thing, if you have any feedback, please do type in the chat box so that I'll be able to help you. There is no need to remove your these things, no string, something like that before going to the examination hall. What is not allowed is the smart devices. Uh, yes. So thank you so much, everyone. If there is any feedback, if you want me to change anything also, you can, yeah, any way of teaching, any way of question discussion or anything, you can just tell me so that we'll switch it. And thank you so much, everyone. Thank you all. Have a good day.